Okay, this is Tom Cummings once again, and this is Inside Norwood, sponsored by TGI Friday, located on Route 1 here in the town of Norwood. Thank you, TGI Friday. Alex Slater is on camera. Alex will be leaving us for Syracuse. She has a couple of more shows with me, and I want to thank her once again for doing this show. Today, my guest is Brad Williams. He's running for Senator Mario Walsh's seat as a Republican. And he'll give us some good information on what he's all about and why you should vote for him. Brad, thanks a lot for coming on, my friend.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going very well.
Yeah.
You know, I was just in the Norwood Parade on Sunday and had a great day, all day in Norwood. Got here around lunchtime and greeted voters for several hours.
Isn't that great? Isn't it a great situation?
It's a great day. It's a great day. I was here for the kids' events and the bells, and the parade, of course, is just controlled chaos. It's a lot of fun, shake a lot of hands, meet a lot of people.
Good for you.
It's very tiring, though.
Yeah. Okay, Brad, a little bit about yourself. Let's give us, because it's new. You're new here in Norwood, new to me, and let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I may be new to Norwood today, but I actually moved to Norwood 2 months after college.
Oh, okay.
In the summer of 1993. I came here. I had attended Middlebury College in Vermont. And I came here in July of 1993. I lived in Norwood for 2 years at Norwest Woods, sort of a rite of passage, I know in Norwood speak. I worked in Dedham. I went to business school part-time at Northeastern University, and that's a lot of work. When you're working full-time and going to school part-time, that's a lot of work.
Big deal. That's a big deal, yes.
And after a couple of years in Norwood, I was lucky enough to be able to purchase a house in West Roxbury, where I still live today. I've lived there for 15 years. It doesn't seem possible. Nothing seems possible. Today's my birthday, Tom.
Oh,
today's my birthday.
Congratulations.
39 years old
Happy
today.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What a good day. Hey, really good.
It's a good day for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
But after business school, I turned to making my avocation in the world my vocation. And my avocation has been investing in finance and business for a long time. I was always a numbers person. I was an economics undergrad, as an undergrad major. I went to business school, of course, and I've worked for 12 years now in the investment industry, helping individuals and families and small institutions manage their money.
Okay.
And 5 years ago, I was lucky enough to find two great partners and be out on my own now. I have my own investment firm.
Good for you.
And once again, our clients are the same: individuals, families, small institutions, and every day we are an investment boutique, so we compete against the big boys every day: Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, Vanguard. We're fighting the good fight every day, and that's what I do professionally. It's very rewarding. One thing I really like about it is that I have both the education and the skill set for investing, coupled with the ability to sit down with people and talk about what's happening in their lives and the economy. We do a lot with helping people plan for college expenses, obviously, retirement, and trying to figure out how to leave some money to their heirs. So I really see both sides of the equation.
Good.
One other thing, I just wanted to also say that I came here 17 years ago. I've been here my entire adult life. I grew up in Western New York, in a town called East Aurora, south of Buffalo, New York. Some people may know it as Jack Kemp's congressional district. A lot of people all remember Jack Kemp, sometimes playing the Patriots in the 60s as quarterback, but most people, younger people, remember him as the vice presidential nominee in 1996. I actually like to remember him as one of the authors of the Reagan tax cuts. His name was on the bill that set about 2 decades of pretty good prosperity here.
Okay, Brad, let's get into your, now you have a campaign going, your campaign office. Do you have an office in Norwood? Staying in West Roxbury?
We have an office in West Roxbury.
Okay.
That was my first office. We're talking about a second one. I'm not sure if we're going to do it yet.
Okay.
It's on Center Street in West Roxbury, right next to the Army recruiting station.
Okay.
It is at 1864 Center Street, and you can call it at any time, 617-477-8664.
How about a website now?
Well, we have a website, www.bradwilliams4senate.com, and 4 is FOR, So bradwilliams4senate.com. And we have a Facebook page, and we have a Twitter page, so we're trying to hit all of the social media avenues.
Very good. Okay. Now, how about your campaign now? What makes you different than the other two candidates? Now you're the only Republican running, and there's two Democrats running. So what makes you different than the other two candidates, Brad?
Well, I think what really makes me different is coming to this as a business person. And when I started thinking about this race and my candidacy, it actually was when we thought Senator Walsh might take a job that Governor Patrick offered her 18 months ago. And I was amazed. When it looked like there might be a vacancy, people came to me, friends, family, business associates, and really said, Brad, you would be perfect for this. You have the education and the investment experience and the finance and the budgeting know-how, but you also talk to people. You sit down with them at their dining room table. You talk about what's happening in the economy, and it's not all good right now, as you know.
No, it isn't. No.
Jobs and spending, and a lot of people are hurting right now.
Yeah, see, one of the things you're right there, and we just did a table talk show, and we brought up the new governor's budget, okay? And one of the members of the school committee, he just, if we get cut, they already have their budget set. Norwood has their budget set. Now the state comes in and is going to change things, and this has to change. I mean, they can't expect towns to set up a budget, and then they're going to come in and they're going to give the town so much money, and they're going to cut that money. Now the town has to they have to regroup, and it's just not a good a good situation. How do you feel about the governor's new budget, Brad?
Well, I will say that I was at the Norwood town meeting. We discussed. I heard the town budget discussed, and last year's cuts in local aid were it was very obvious that they hurt the town.
Sure.
Norwood had to scramble for money, where to find money to fund certain programs, and it's always the programs, it seems, to the most vulnerable parts of our society that get cut first, of course. Yeah.
But
this budget that we just passed, I think Deval Patrick signed it June 30th. It really, in my opinion, is a missed opportunity. What we need here is we need major reform to the state budget. We have not a revenue problem in this state, but we have a massive spending problem.
Big time.
Our population stays flat. The state spending goes up much faster than inflation. The state payrolls grow, even though our population has been relatively flat for 10 years. So we have to make some major reforms and think about the way we do business. And this budget did not accomplish any reform. It relies on federal money that we hope will show up and save the day. It may or may not. And in my opinion, it really sets us up for tax increases if we don't change the path we're on after the election. Nobody will talk about tax increases now, but when you pass a budget with a $2 billion structural deficit the day it's passed, that's not good financial management. You're saying we're going to have to fix this later, and the fix, unfortunately, from this legislature, controlled by Democrats, has been tax increases.
And Brad, this money from the federal government, that's not a good thing either, because the federal government is out of money. So we got something has to change here.
Well, the federal government has their own problems.
Yeah,
their debt is nearing 90 or 100% of GDP in the next couple of years, and once you get there, it's really hard to ever pay it down. So even though we want to fix our budget with federal money, that's really our money too. It's the people's money.
That's right.
Whether it's the state money, whether it's the federal money, it's the people's money. It's our money. And we need reform. We need to get control of our fiscal house.